This is Tesla's 2024 Cybertruck. Now, these still currently cost $100,000, and I've driven this on and off for the past 6 months. It's my friend Greg's. He's been nice enough to let me drive it. So this will be a 6-month update on this thing. Now that it's been out on the road, I think they've sold 25,000 of these, and the Cybertruck is currently outselling all other electric trucks combined. And they just started deliveries in 2024. So we're gonna go through the exterior, we're gonna talk about the wrap, we're gonna go about the interior, talk about some software updates, how it drives, and is it worth currently still $100,000? Let's get into the looks. Now, the looks of the vehicle, you can say all day, I hate the way this thing looks, it's stupid, it's dumb, it's a triangle, it's a wedge, it's whatever. Well, I actually applaud Tesla for doing something totally different like this and actually making this a useful material. Think of a shopping cart. We're at IKEA currently. Think if one of those shopping carts slammed into the side of your truck. If this was any other truck or car, you'd be worried about it, but the impact that this can take with 50 caliber bullets and being bulletproof is remarkable and useful because trucks are tough. It has an air suspension, the wheel covers are in. The whole thing is incredible, and personally, you can say you don't think that it's good looking and all of these things, but going outside of your comfort zone and trying things that are new, that's how things move forward, and I really appreciate they did this, but it also has functionality as to being a hard shell. Now, the other thing is the front of this vehicle, the light bar. It looks menacing coming up and down the road, and the windshield wiper is hilarious. You don't even notice it in person until you actually think about it, but the windshield wiper on this thing is absolutely hilarious. And the other thing you may be wondering is, what about wrapping the Cybertruck? So this is a paint protection film wrap that they've put on the Cybertruck. You got it done at Dynamic Tint, and I have a video, I'll link it below, showing exactly what it costs to do this, and how has that held up over 6 months? Well, Tyler, who owns Dynamic Tint, he's done all of my cars. He does an incredible job of making sure the edge work is perfect. No cuts, peeling, or wearing away. And a paint protection film is different than a vinyl because vinyl wrap is way thinner than PPF. Yes, it will change the look, but it doesn't actually give you protection. So Tyler can wrap your Cybertruck in just about any color you want with a paint protection film. It will last a long time and change the look of your vehicle. He's done some insane wraps. This green one that's on your screen right now was like a 1 of 250 color, so that was really cool. Now, this is a Foundation series. The Foundation series gives you premium connectivity for life, full self-driving, the Foundation Insignia, which you see they're able to do the embossing there, which is a really cool look. The other thing to note is these are the off-road tires. Now, you can also get a more streetable tire, but the wheel covers on this do not fit on the street tire setup for the Cybertruck, and you get a little bit more range out of the vehicle when you go with those streetable tires, but just doesn't look as aggressive. These extra nubs here really add a lot to the vehicle. So now that we've kind of briefly touched on the exterior, we'll jump to the interior. I will also say this, so I have a Rivian R1T, and it's an $1,800 option to get the tonneau cover, and the Cybertruck comes with this really nice cover here, and I think it can hold up to 250 pounds, and it's just really easy to control, and all Cybertrucks come with that. So you press this button, the bed releases and goes down like that, and you have some things in storage here. The owner of this vehicle uses this for deliveries all the time, so he actually uses and needs a truck. This has saved him thousands of dollars in gas just in the months that he's been driving it, because you got to think of the efficiencies of a Toyota Tundra or something of the equivalent size. Those are extremely inefficient. If you're doing deliveries and things like that, electric vehicles are far, far more efficient, but again, this costs $100,000. So that's why I think waiting for those $80,000 and below $1,000 models is probably the better move. But again, they've sold 25,000 at $100,000 at least, because Cyber Beasts are even more. Now, you'll notice right here, 3D mats are in the back here. I'm going to throw these on the interior of the vehicle before we take off. So we'll show the 3D mats and how they compare to Tesla's all-season mats in the Cybertruck. These floor mats have the MaxSpider patented bottom layer, which keeps floor liners in place without harming the original carpet, with shock and sound absorbent inner layer. This MaxSpider technology keeps the floor liners from sliding without damaging your original carpet like Velcro does. Also, the Cybertruck all-weather mats cost $295, and these are less, plus my discount code and free shipping. The code is Gjeebs3D10, as you can see on your screen. These are eco-friendly and odorless proof, manufactured with non-toxic material. So I've been using 3D mats for over 4 years now in my Model Y. I was a medical device sales rep. I was pulling stuff in and out of my trunk, like heavy trays. They are durable, they still look brand new, and they give you extra coverage here on the Cybertruck. So some of you may be saying, you can see here it covers up the skids plate so it doesn't get scratched. If you want, you can actually cut along this line right here and remove that so you can still see your Cybertruck skid plate, because it is a really cool design. But it gives you more protection than the stock mats come with, and then it's up to you if you want to cut that off or leave it. They're extremely easy to clean, waterproof, sound absorbent material, and they use a scanning technology. Their engineers then go in and add extra layers to make sure they fit incredibly well. So for the Model Y, I've sold tons of these, the Model 3 and Y, and now they're out for the Cybertruck. 3D Mats has been a great partner on the channel. I went with them to SEMA years ago. These floor mats are excellent. They're a great all-season option, and they cost less than what the factory mats do, plus my discount code gives you a discount on top of that. So 3D Mats, thank you for sponsoring the video. Now back to the interior. Now, one thing that I really like about it, and is shocking, is the steering wheel. I love the feel. I love that it's a improvised yoke, we'll call it, because you have a place to grab up here. You can still do 9 and 3, and you can still hold it down here. It just fits in here really well. But what's more shocking is the steer by wire. This has rear wheel steer. The fact that this is heavy while still being the lightest in the fleet of electric trucks, it is so agile. Like, I think about what this would feel like in a Porsche 911. It would feel so nice to have this steering response. It's immediate, and I just can't say enough about how shocking it is. You need to drive a Cybertruck. If you hate it or love it, you need to drive a Cybertruck just to feel the steer by wire, because it's a huge breakthrough, and I think it's going to be on a lot of cars moving forward because it is an excellent technology. So I love how the steering wheel is. I love how the steering feel is. The weirdest part about the Cybertruck, and something I really haven't gotten used to yet, is this windshield. It is huge, and you're kind of looking out through this just massive garden box window. I don't even know what a garden box is, but this just made me say that. It's just such a long window. There are these windows down here. We'll call them the A windows. These are the B windows. You can see through those, and those eliminate some blind spots, but ultimately it's a very interesting thing to get used to. Alcantara headliner. The sound system is remarkable, better than almost anything. And then the space inside of here, as well as the safety. So for you females out there, hey, males too. If you have your purse or your book bag, it goes right down in here in this nice space. You don't have to take up space in the passenger seat or reach over here and your titty goes in your coffee and you have a burnt titty. You don't want that, okay? So that eliminates you burning your titty, because you now have this spot down here to have your purse. You can just go like this, and that's a nice feature that the Elon Musk built into this thing. But overall, we need to know how this thing drives, and we'll talk about back seat space. So I'm 6 feet tall. This is my seating position, or an approximate seating position. Let's go back here. Look at the space back here. Again, heated seats in the rear. You have this infotainment screen that you can watch YouTube TV and have all these different features on. Look at that. You can watch YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Disney, Twitch, to Tesla tutorials. Whatever you want to watch, it's back here. I just think that that's a really cool feature. They've also built the air vents in a cool way around the screen, so you're still getting coverage in those ways. Again, Alcantara just all the way down the A and B pillars. It's really nicely done, and it's solid, it's safe. Huge roof back here. Now I will say, rear headroom, again, 6 feet tall. There's a few inches there. But overall, I'm just really impressed with the overall build quality of it. But let's take it for a drive. Let's see how it does driving. Again, 0 to 60 on this, I think, is 4.2 seconds. So it's very quick, it's very efficient, has a ton of technology. Let's take it for a drive. Now in May, there was a big software release for off-road mode. So you click into here, you hit confirm, and then the car immediately shoots up into the air to raise up. And that's one of the remarkable things about this vehicle, is how quickly the air suspension works to lift the car up in the air. And it truly changes what it looks like. So really impressive how quick the air suspension works on the Cybertruck, and gives you a ton of versatility. I've taken it off-road. Greg and I took this truck off-road, and it's really impressive what it can do. Us having never gone off-road, it's very easy to go up a pretty extreme incline. Now, the other thing to note is the UI for the Cybertruck is specific to the Cybertruck. I can't explain to you how much better this is, this being a new truck, than anything that's out there. The closest thing to this is Rivian. Rivian has a software-based vehicle and they do a nice job. No shift stalks, tap the brake pedal, or in drive. Now, the tonneau cover. This is a big miss for me in the Cybertruck, is they could have easily mounted one of these little cameras right on the back, like roof edge where the tonneau goes in. That way this could have been a digital camera, which like Land Rovers and things have those. So right now, this is hanging here and it's completely useless because the tonneau cover is down. So now this is useless and your rear view mirror is here. So you have no shift stalks. Your rear view mirror doesn't work and you have to retrain yourself to learn you don't have shift stalks and to know that you need to now look down here. I just feel like that was a big mistake on their end. And hopefully, you know, I don't know, maybe the newer ones, they'll go back on that. I don't know. All right, immediately, I'm driving this thing. The way that this steers is so good. And that's the thing about the Cybertruck. People look at it and hate it. They're like, it causes such a reaction. And even 6 months later, it's not as shocking. For me, when I see one, I'm like, that's kind of exciting. But some people see these and they're like angry. And I'm not sure that I get that. That's such a closed-minded way to look at something that an American company went out, manufactured here, took a huge risk, delivered on this crazy prototype. Think about this. All of these companies that make these beautiful prototypes, and they're all guilty of it. Tesla launched this as a prototype and delivered on basically exactly what they told you they were going to do. The overall, the look of the vehicle looks just like the prototype did. It's just so well done, and I give them credit for risking it, because what do you want, another F-150 on the road? The F-150 is a great truck, but it looks like every other truck. And I would say after owning a truck, I see why so many people buy the F-150. It has so many little things that truck owners could appreciate and use on a daily basis, so I do get it. But why not have something on the road like this? I still think electric trucks have a long way to go for if you're towing a lot, but the numbers show that most people, the vast majority of people, are not towing. And the other thing is how sporty it is. So air suspension. I was worried about the quality of the Cybertruck because Tesla has had build quality problems in the past when new models launch. But the Cybertruck rides like a Land Rover Defender or something of that caliber. So yes, it's a $100,000 car, but the ride quality is similar, or if not better, to a $100,000 car. So I'm really impressed with that. And the way that it moves up the road, the sportiness of it, and the agility of the steering drives better than anything in this price range. It is truly a remarkable vehicle. And if you want to do road trips, the Tesla charging network is insane. It's the best. It's reliable. I've driven across the country 8 times. And it's been incredible. Now, if you're looking to buy a Cybertruck, I will have the owner of this car, I'll have his, as a thank you to him, I'll have his Tesla referral code. You save $1,000 by using that code. It can give you a discount on your 3Y, X, Cybertruck, S, whatever you want. It's excellent. But this is such a cool truck. You're able to put the wraps on it to change it how you want. I also think the stainless steel look of the exterior, the way they all come, is really cool. And I've never heard of a vehicle that only comes in one color choice from the factory. I just think it's such a unique, it's a once in a lifetime vehicle launch that we all got to experience. I was also able to go to the Austin facility for the launch and just seeing how the whole manufacturing process works in the plant. It really is cool and impressive to know that these are made in the US and they've taken a risk and put it on the road. So driving the Cybertruck, very safe, tons of space for your kids' purse like we talked about earlier. We have a frunk up front. It's just a really versatile vehicle, and in my opinion, it's very approachable to drive. It's very easy. Trust me, once you get out of this and drive a regular car without steer-by-wire, you're going to be wishing that you had steer-by-wire because it's immediate, and the precision of electric vehicles, but now the steering in this, just more technology. They're even saving on the amount of wiring used in the vehicles because the 48-volt system throughout the vehicle. That's more ingenuity that they can take, and that can leak into Teslas and all of the vehicles. because they released the, I don't know if they released the patent or whatever, but they released the information that will let other manufacturers do that. So, is it worth $100,000? That's the big question. To me, it's not. That's so much money. The Cyber Beast, if that was 100, I think the Cyber Beast is like 119. We'll have whether that is right or not on the bottom of the screen. But I just think that the Cyber Beast doing 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, that's ridiculous. I think 80 and below is where this car wins. And when they release the $60,000 version of the Cybertruck, are you kidding me? Like, they are going to sell so many of those that you're going to be seeing a ton of these. And this is only the beginning. This UI will get better. More features will be launched for the Cybertruck. So I'm very excited about it. I think this is a great vehicle. I chose to go with a Rivian over this just because I couldn't get one. I needed a second vehicle, but this thing's sick and I really like my Rivian. They serve different purposes. The Rivian is more of the people that want an electric truck with a traditional look with the futuristic software. This is the Cybertruck, is the futuristic vision of what cars could be. I think Elon Musk said the future will now look like the future or something like that. I botched it, but his farts have a higher IQ than me. All right, so Andrew's first time steer-by-wire.
All right, let's go. Oh, yeah. First thing that I notice is even the smallest turn translates to a lot of turn. So
right. Tiny input, huge output.
Oh yeah, I don't have to turn the steering wheel that much to go anywhere.
Yeah, so doesn't it almost have like a performance feel to it?
It kind of does. Honestly, I don't think I've driven any car that feels this way.
Right, and you owned a BRZ, which has excellent steering.
Right, I feel like it's more noticeable during low speed driving. As you get faster, it kind of just feels like a normal car.
Yeah. Now, the other thing I love about the Cybertruck is it has this front-facing camera. My Model 3, my Model Y do not have this, and it's really annoying. So nice job on the front-facing camera. The Cybertruck's a hit, the sales are showing that, and the prices are coming down. So I say nice job to Tesla. Now, if you want to see what it costs to put a wrap on this Cybertruck, click this video right here.